Hello students, I am Dr. Shubhi, and in this subject we will discuss R programming. This is unit 1, and in the unit 1 we will have the basic introduction of R programming touching the crucial points. Let's see what are these. First of all, we will understand what is R, why there is a need of R, and why R has become so popular. Next we will understand how to install R and what is R Studio. Basically, R Studio overview, which is very important. Then working in the console, that how we work on the console, that is through the keyboard. Next, we will understand what are the various operators which are available, touching to the arithmetic and logical operators, and few more. Functions, what are functions that we can use, types of variables, creating a variable, using a variable. Then we will also talk about coercion, rules of R, functions in R, and packages. So like that, we will touch all the important points of R which comes into the basic introduction. So this is a little module mind map that in the first lecture we are talking only about the introductory part of R and the basic hands-on experience on few programs and understand that how we can run R programs. So let's start. R programming is mostly used for machine learning, data analysis and statistical computing. You must be thinking that why R programming has become so popular. So students, the basic reason is that R programming has become so popular because it is very helpful for data analysis. And definitely when it goes to statistical computing, we can apply a lot of functions which are available in the form of packages and libraries and incorporate and use those functions in our main program. So mainly when we are going with R programming, we have a list of lot of functions and we can do lot of number crunching and data mining very easily with the help of R programming. We call it as a language which is platform independent, and it means that it can be used on platforms like Windows, Linux and Mac operating system. So basically this language has become so popular because it is platform independent. So if you are working on Windows, you can always install R and work on that language. If you are working on Linux, then also you can use R programming, and likewise for Mac operating system. So the main question is that why R has become so popular. So students, when we say why R has become popular, it is a leading tool for machine learning. It is because of its simplicity and because of the ease of usage of the functions which are available. So if I have a little knowledge of statistics and I know what is inferential statistics and what are the basic tools in statistics, I can go for data analysis very easily with the help of R programming. I can have CSV files. CSV files are the Excel files which are converted as in the format of CSV, comma separated files, and I can load my CSV files and apply my lot of functions on the CSV files, and the CSV files are very much like the database. So that is one reason that why R has become popular, because it gels very easily with the Excel data. Definitely it is open source language, which means it is freely available and you can download the compiler and you can run lot of programs and load the CSV files and enjoy doing data analysis and number crunching. Next reason why it has become so popular is it allows us to integrate with other languages. For example, C or C++ to easily interact with many data sources and statistical packages. So we can very easily integrate with the C and C++ programs, and then we can have access to a lot of data sources and statistical packages. Another reason why R has become so popular is its popularity via community support. Its user base is very high. So you will see that there is a lot of community who are writing blogs on R, and when it comes to working in R programming, it becomes very easy for a person to detect errors, to understand or to apply logics, because lot of information is available via the community support. So that is why it has become immensely popular amongst the youth for data science and for data analytics. Another reason for R is why it has become so popular programming language, because it is a data science job market, and in the data science we are dealing mainly with the data, and that data is most of the times the data is available on Excel, because every person is trying to store its data in Excel. So when the data is in Excel, in that case this language is very easily pulling the data from Excel, and for a large market where you have to do number crunching, it becomes very easy to perform things with R functions. Now let's have a look on the main features of R. It is basically a language and a software environment. It is an environment where I can do lot of statistical analysis. Definitely, I learned statistics in my graduation days, and I learned mean, median, mode, variance, kurtosis, hypothesis, and testing. But how I can incorporate all those tools and techniques of statistics via a programming language. So in that case, R is the most convenient language where I can do a lot of statistical analysis, because robust functions are available to do statistical analysis very quickly. Graphics representation. This means that I can very easily plot graphs of the data and see the pictorial representation of the data. In other words, I can say I can do data visualization very easily with the help of libraries which are already available with R. So I have to just pull a function and I can plot graphs very easily. And definitely reporting, which means that if suppose I have to generate some kind of reports, I can again go for R functions and I can very easily do the reporting task. It is a well-developed, simple, effective programming language which includes conditions, loops, user-defined recursive functions, and input and output facilities. So this is one more feature of R, where it is very simple language where you will find all the programming constructs. A conditional if then else commands, then looping like for command, user-defined recursive functions where we just create a function and call it wherever we require. It is an effective data handling and storage facility. So basically, we can handle data very effectively with the help of R with multiple types of database files. Like if I am having a CSV file, I can pull the CSV file and I can definitely work on the CSV file, which is nothing but an Excel file converted as data type CSV. It provides a suite of operators like calculations on arrays, lists, vectors, and matrices. It provides a large, coherent, and integrated collection of tools for data analysis, which means I am having lot of tools, lot of functions which are in the form of library, and with the help of those functions, I can go ahead with my data analysis. It provides graphical facilities for data analysis. So you can say that for the data analysis, I can create lot of graphs and I can display directly onto the computer or at the paper. So I am doing data visualization. Now let's understand how to install R and RStudio. So basically it is a very quick process and you need not worry for that. It is very easy. I'm touching Windows installation in this lecture. You can download the Windows installer version of R from R 3.2.2 for Windows 32 or 64-bit platform and save it in a local directory. You can download this from the R website, which is available on the internet. It has a Windows installer that is called as .exe file with a name R version win.exe. So students, keep one thing in mind, that whenever we have to install a software, that file is always exe, which means executable file. So our next step is double click and run installer accepting the default settings. So mainly what we are doing, we have downloaded and saved that on our local directory, let's say on the C drive. There we will find this R version win.exe file. We double click on that file and run the installer accepting all the default settings by just clicking next, next, next and OK. If your Windows is 32-bit version, it installs the 32-bit version. But if your Windows is 64-bit, then it will install both 32-bit and 64 version. So after installation, you can locate the icon to run the program. So once your R is installed on your computer, you will run the run the program in a directory structure, and that structure is r/r 3.2.2 /bin/i386 /rgui.exe. Okay, so this is the icon under the Windows program files. Clicking this icon brings up your R graphical user interface, we also called as RGUI, which is the R console to do the R programming. So students, that was all about why we need R, how to install R, and now let's quickly start with some kind of little bit of programming and understand that how we can do it. So supposingly you are working on Linux. So you start your R command prompt by just typing the following command at your prompt. So this dollar prompt is basically for Linux. So the moment I type there R, this will launch R interpreter and you will get a prompt greater than symbol where you can start typing your program. So now have a look of the two commands or the two line of codes that I have written. The first one is my string equal to hello world. So now my string is what? This is my variable and I have equated that to a string in double quotes hello world. So this is my first command, and after that I'm using the print function, which is the inbuilt function, and within the parenthesis I'm passing my string variable. So you can see over here that I have captured a value hello string in the variable my string and I'm printing that on the screen, and the output is hello world. So this is the simplest two-line code for R, and this is how the R program starts working. You can see here that the moment I print, I get one hello world. So basically this is the first output and it is the line number is 1 and the output is hello world. So you can try this on your computer after installing R and start trying these programs line by line referring to my video. Now let's have a closer look to the program and understand more. There, what in the previous slide what we had done, we were directly writing the commands on the command prompt and pressing enter. So the moment I was encountering print, I was printing it on the screen. But now what I'm doing, I have started creating script files. So what you will say, what is a script file? Our script file is nothing but a piece of code or a sequence of commands written in a sequence, stored in a file, and that file is saved with an extension .r. So basically what I'm doing, when I'm writing a script file, I'm writing the entire set of commands in a file and saving that with a extension .r. So if it is text file, it is called test.r. You can see under. So this example says that write your program in script files and then you execute those scripts at your command prompt. So mainly we are writing the same piece of code in the script file. Now here there are three lines. You can see the first one is hash, which is a comment. My first program in R programming. My string, again a variable, which is equated to hello world. You can see the equal to sign as arrow less than symbol and hyphen or minus. And then print my string, where I'm calling the print function. Save the above code in a file test.r. So I have saved this in test.r and now I'm executing. So see how I have executed the file. I have written $R script test.r. So basically R script is the command which will execute my R file. So I'm writing R script and test.r. Test.r is what? Test.r is my R programming file which I've written and I'm calling test.r. So the moment I call test.r, I get the output hello world. So this is another way of writing a program where I have created a script file and that script file has been created in the compiler and saved. So you can very easily create programs like this and save under any meaningful name with extension R and call your program very easily with R script command on the command prompt. So you can see the complete execution of the program.